Hello seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now, you have to understand that Saturn has moved in Saturbhisha Nakshatra in a retrograde motion. So it is now coming back. It has in fact came back from Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra back to Rahu's Nakshatra of Shatabhisha. A nakshatra that is responsible for cure, treatment. A nakshatra that brings life into full circle. So Saturn retrograde in this nakshatra represents you taking some drastic steps, you taking some measures in life that brings your life full circle and completes and brings you a kind of a closure, be it a closure in relationship or be it something where you are looking forward for completion of certain tasks that has been pending from a very long time. This Saturn movement is going to be very crucial, very important for all of us. Let's understand that in detail, but before that, do not forget to subscribe the channel, stay connected, follow me on my Instagram for reels and other interesting stuff. If you want to book my consultations, you can drop me an email, and if you want to book a kind of a life guidance, a kind of a PDF report that is system generated, but it is a 300 plus pages report, which includes 10 years of analysis, which also includes all the charts, all the Dasha, Mahadasha, and a long explanation about your details about your chart. You can book that. A numerology section is in bonus. The link of that is also in the description box below. And if you want only to look into the numerology part of the life, that report is also available. Let's discuss in detail about Saturn transit in Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Now see, Shatabhisha is a Rahu's Nakshatra. If you observe, Rahu is moving in the zodiac sign of Pisces, and Mars is slowly moving in Mrigashira Nakshatra. Then Mars will be debilitated in the Karka Rashi, Cancer zodiac sign. And while Mars moves in the Karka Rashi, it has a very strong aspect on the planet Saturn. Why? Because from the Cancer zodiac sign, Mars will have 8th aspect on Shanidev, Saturn. Now Saturn is in Rahu's nakshatra, and Rahu is second from the Saturn's position, and Aquarius is said to be co-ruled by Rahu. So that means this retrograde Saturn in this nakshatra of Shatabhisha is heavily Rahu dominated. Now when Rahu is in Pisces, Mars is in Cancer from 20th of October onwards. This is a kind of a placement where Saturn is interacting both with Mars and Rahu energy, and henceforth someone who is involved in the technology domain, someone who is involved into the AI, the machine learning, and who wants to create some breakthrough advancements in the field of science and technology, and especially the field of medicine, you will become very successful, and some news will come that may shake the world completely. This can be both positive and negative, and if it is negative, it can be a medical problem. Now, when Saturn is moving back in Shatabhisha, it is going to move in retrograde fashion until 15th of November. After that, Saturn will become stationary, and then once again it will move forward towards the Purva Bhadrapada. And towards the end of this year, Saturn will exit the Shatabhisha and will only return after 27 to 30 years. Now, you have to understand one thing, that when Saturn is retrograding in this nakshatra, it is also going to make you focus back on things which are important, especially your health, your mental wellness, your spiritual awareness and spiritual well-being. That is the theme of this transit. A lot of people will focus more on Kriya Yoga, Kundalini Yoga. Suddenly there will be spiritual advancements and spiritual insights will come your way. You will meet your guru, and more people will be aligned on the spiritual path than ever before, because this is a huge transit. Now when Saturn is coming back, remember this is a transit which is moving back from Purva Bhadrapada to Shatabhisha, as if someone went into the afterlife and came back because of the power of karma. Because Shatabhisha is represented by a circle, which means this is the karmic circle which we are talking about. This is the the kind of an energy field which starts at a certain point and completes in this lifetime. That means a lot of people will go into karmic marriages during this time. A lot of people will get involved into karmic relationships. Some will fulfill their prarabdha. And for many of us, the 6th house will be triggered out like nothing else. This may not be reflected through Dasha Mahadasha, because this is going to be an underlying current. It's an undercurrent of the transit. So look out for your 6th house in your horoscope. Let's discuss for each ascendant quickly what this transit has to offer. Aries. For Aries, Saturn is retrograding in Sattvisha in the 11th house, and therefore this is going to impact your lower body. This is going to impact your source of income. And if you are not able to find a job, now you will be able to find a good job. This is going to make you work on your financial security, and also this is going to resolve matters between people, between organization, between countries. The Saturn wants you to undergo certain changes in your life. It wants you to become a little different person. It wants you to heal that is pending from a long time. So even if it is a relationship, it will get healed. If it is your financial problem, it will get healed. And when I say it will get healed, it does not mean that it will go according to your plan or your way. It just means that it will take its own natural course. All you have to do is go with the flow. For Taurus ascendant, Saturn retrograde motion and direct motion in Sattvisha is in the 10th house. Definitely this is impacting your knees as well as your ability to move, ability to perform a task. And therefore this will give you a magical healing touch. This will also cut down your expenses. This is also going to prevent any further losses because now you are more careful. This takes away the risk-taking behavior, and this kind of puts you into a careful position in life. And in Hindi there is a kahavat which is say कि दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक कर पीता है. That means once you have been burnt by the milk, you are going to even be careful while you are drinking anything that is cold to touch. It is just a human behavior. So this precautionary thing will be more active during this time. That will be the theme, but you have to be very careful that you should not become too paranoid by everything that is going around you. Go with the flow, take one step at a time, and pray to Bhagwan Shanidev by chanting Shani Stotra. Gemini. Now in case of Gemini, Saturn retrograde will be in your 9th house. This 9th house Saturn retrograde in Shatabhisha and then Saturn direct motion shows that your faith will be healed. Your belief system will be healed. Your unanswered questions will be answered, and you will find people whom you can rely. But initially there will be a lot of trouble. There will be a lot of exchange of energy. There may be failures coming your way. If you're not scared of that, you will see that your destiny will change and you will come full circle and you will meet the best version of you. This can also mean that some of the projects that you're working on may end completely and something different will start. So don't be scared of restarting. Don't be scared of coming back to square one, and don't be scared if you have to go around one more circle. I'll give you a very simple remedy. Go to a temple and do the parikrama of the Vigraha. Cancer ascendant. Now for Cancer ascendant, the primary impact will be because of Mars coming on your ascendant. So from 20th of October onwards, Mars and Saturn will go in Shadashtak Yoga. I will make another video explaining in details about the combination of energies. But if we focus only on the Saturn transit in Shatabhisha Nakshatra, and especially retrograde and then forward motion, it is happening in your 8th house. Now you have to be very careful about your health. You can meet certain injuries and accidents during this time. You can sustain some impact. So be very careful while you are operating under anger, because out of rage or anger, you may commit some mistakes. You may go into some rage, some fights, verbal or physical, that can create a very negative impact for your life and for your health. Because this is 8th house Sattvisha Shanidev, that means this is also going to resurface matters which are which were not addressed beforehand and which are really like secrets. It is going to reveal the secrets in your life, and you will have to face them, and you will have to resolve the unresolved issues in your life. So this may seem like a very challenging time, but ultimately this is going to give you a relief once it finishes. Leo. In case of Leo ascendant, the Saturn in Shatabhisha will be in the 7th house. Now the 7th house is usually about business, about partnership, about your association with people around you, your marriage. And Shatabhisha will give an opportunity to close the deal, finish the karma. You can also say that you may meet your life partner during this time, and this can heal relationships. But for that you will have to take some sacrifices. You have to give up few things in your life. Remember, this is a Shani coming from Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra to Satabhisha. So the experiences you have, the negative experiences, you have to now undo them. You have to be very careful. Learn from your past mistakes, from your past businesses, from your past relationship, and don't apply them again. Don't repeat your mistakes, because this is more about a transit of forgiveness, transit of reinventing yourself, and a transit where you can take help from people that are around you. So this is more like a collaborative approach. Virgo. In case of Virgo ascendant, Saturn in Shatabhisha Nakshatra will be in the 6th house. It's going to be a very, very positive transit. This finishes off unfinished task. This can close your loans. This can create a kind of a closure with your enemies, and you will be in a situation where you are now finding yourself in a spot of control, in a position where you are in a better situation of life, and you are able to manage things in a different manner. You are able to secure a good job. You are able to find some time for yourself. You are now in good health. So for you, it's a very, very positive and a very auspicious transit. So Virgo, you should make best use of it to become a better version for yourself. But don't commit a mistake of taking unnecessary loans during this time, and don't try to live your life only on credit cards, but otherwise your luxury may prove very costly. Libra. Now in case of Libra, Saturn retrograde and direct motion in Shatabhisha Nakshatra will happen in your 5th house. This is about reinventing your relationship with your children. This is about resolving your disputes through knowledge, through proactive action, controlling your expression, holding back your words, your urges, and trying to think about everybody else around you. It's like bringing everybody into equation, and you may not get the same output from everybody else, but it is your duty to be the one who is being more with everybody rather than against everyone. Doing some certifications will be really helpful, and for people who are preparing for competitive examinations, government services, Saturn in Shatabhisha can be really helpful. And if you're preparing for medical certifications and examination, or if you're connected to medical field, it's a very positive time for you. Scorpio. In case of Scorpio, Saturn retrograde and direct motion in Shatabhisha Nakshatra is happening in the 4th house. Therefore, it may change the equation about your home, your locality, your country, your city. You are now willing to change your property. So any dispute that is connected to property, inheritance, your vehicles, will have a chance to get resolved during this time. This can be a very healing transit for a lot of people. And because Saturn is aspecting your 10th house, it is also going to make you work towards your own home, your renovation of your home, you trying to buy a home, or you are planning to do all these things. This is also going to make you comfortable with the situation you are in, and that means it is going to make you more flexible, more adaptive, and for that you may have to change your attitude, change your comfort zone, and you may accept few things. Don't get depressed or sad. This is the time to be more proactive, more adaptive, and try to improvise in whatever situation you are in. Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, a Saturn in Satabhisha in the 3rd house shows that you will do great tasks. You will be able to close deals. You will be able to finish off pending things. Life comes full circle, but this also means that you will be able to now catapult, it's more like a spiral growth. It may seem that you're coming back to your starting point, but there is a little difference, and this gets repeated again and again, and you execute big things but with patience. And if you keep walking, keep moving in the direction that you are in, you will be able to achieve your goals in no time. So it's a time to act. It also resolves equation with your neighbors, with your family members, with your cousins, and also with your younger siblings. Also, you have to be careful about your bone health, your health of your neck, spine, shoulder. Otherwise, you may encounter some problems in those areas of the body. Capricorn. In case of Capricorn, Saturn rules your ascendant, and this Saturn goes in Shatabhisha in the second house, which means the same family, the same people you were against, now they will help you and you will understand their importance. This means life brings you back to the starting point. It also means that you have done all the X and Y and Z, and you are now knowing the importance of the words said to you, the advices given to you beforehand. That means now is the time to correct your mistakes. So it's a mistake correcting transit for you. It's a transit that gives you an opportunity to resolve matters with your family. It also brings financial security. It also heals you. It gives that healing touch. You have to be close to people who are your family members, who are your well-wishers. Being grounded, being humble, and trying to focus more on savings is going to be the theme of this transit. For Aquarius, this is going to be a Shatabhisha transit on your ascendant. Well, Saturn is on your ascendant since January 2023. And now when Saturn comes back on Shatabhisha, it means that you need to focus on what's right and what's wrong for you. This Saturn will bring you back to where you started. And this Saturn is going to make you focus more on what your requirements are. Maybe this is the time when you will focus on what you need, not what you want. And when you focus on what you need, you will be able to achieve that in no time. You will be able to find things and peace very quickly. Your emotional stability will be very much possible during this time. Relationship will be crystal clear, and you will be seeing things in a very different light. But now you know the meaning behind everything, and now you know the purpose of your life also. So it's more like a self-revealing time. For Pisces ascendant, this is going to be a Saturn retrograde and direct motion in your 12th house, which means it is going to hit your subconscious mind. So focus on your dreams, meditate a lot. This is also going to, bring back old good days, but also it wants you to give up on a lot of things. If you want a closure from a old relationship, focus on going deeper within you and you will find your answers. This transit is more like searching for answers and then finding them. So it's more like a transit that gives you mental peace, a good night's sleep after a hard struggle, and a transit that does not let you give up, but makes you understand the importance of you not getting something. So both it has good side as well as a bad side. Being in the 12th house, it brings more better connection with the people who are abroad. So if you have a business related to export and import of goods and services, it's going to be a very good time for you. For people who are involved in hospitals, who are nurses, who deliver their services in medical field, this is a great time for you. But for everybody else, it's time to heal yourself. It's time to find yourself within yourself.